involving students in discipline decision making is huge, because teachers speak and students speak are almost on different planets. So it's always good to get them to tell us in their own words what they want and what they expect, and from other students and from staff. So, and putting it into their language, and in some cases it needs to be in picture form. And recognising the appropriate behaviour. Like Chris said, sometimes you just got to be quite specific and saying good sitting, good standing, good breathing, and just really honing on the behaviour. Saying you've had a good day, or that's really good. They'll be sitting saying what was good, what part of me was good. So you really need to sort of label the behaviour that you're actually talking about. Okay, where to now? Nervous, sorry. During our strategic review, we made our strategic plan, and as a school community, we came up with 4 values for our school: teamwork, commitment, humour, and learning. But in doing our training with the AIZ, we've gone back to these values, and we think they're fantastic, but they're not in student speak. Students really couldn't relate to that, so they're not put around the school, because really kids couldn't relate to that at all. So we're thinking of actually having workshops within the classroom, giving the students those 4 labels and telling us what they think is teamwork and commitment and humour and learning for them. And then getting some sentences or pictures and culminating them together, and then streamlining them and having them put around the school. And they'll go through school council and through our SRC as well, and see what they think. So we'll be doing that next year. We've also had restorative practices come to our school. We already run a bounce back program, which is a resilience program, and that is almost mandated at a school level, that we do that throughout the year. But we thought that restorative practice might be a really good program that could run in conjunction, because we feel that the restorative practices actually builds and develops empathy. So we've got a resilience program and an empathy program, and we think that would work really, really well. In term 2, we invited the Don Burke Primary School staff to come to our school, and that was the principal and a couple of staff members that actually run the program. We thought as a staff that we wanted to hear, how is this program run in a school, by a school? It was okay to get the gurus coming out and telling us that, this is the way you do it, but we wanted to hear a school perspective before we took the plunge in doing it. And they were quite honest, and they said that it took a lot of work, and it took a big commitment, and it took about 2 or 3 years for it to really go in, but we wanted to hear that, and we were quite enthused about it all, and we took that on board, and we thought, right, we're ready for the next step. We started implementing some of the processes of restorative practice. Of course, we're not skilled up as yet, but we just took bits out of the PD that the school gave us, and we started to implement them in the classroom, and I'll talk about those later. And we've invited John Roberts from the region for term 4, and he'll be coming during our PD sessions on a Monday, giving us 1 hour PD on restorative practice from the region's point of view. And in term 1 of next year, we've invited Marg Armstrong from Just Practices. And as you would all appreciate, all of us having the same curriculum days as of next year was an absolute bun fight to try and get a facilitator to come out during those days. Every school is wanting all those facilitators to come out, so we were extremely lucky that we got Mark Armstrong. And once we've been skilled up and know what our next step will be, we will conduct a parent information evening in 2009 to inform parents and the school community of where we're going with the restorative practices. Okay, this is what we've been doing in regards to restorative practices. These are 2 reflection sheets that we've sort of practiced with our students. The one with all the red faces is for the primary age student, and the writing is with the senior students. And with the faces, my far right is the pictures that the student thought the victim was feeling, and the other side is what they were feeling. So they were feeling angry, and the other student was feeling quite sad. And then they were still feeling angry, and the other student was still feeling sad. And then we talked about, well, what can you do to make both of you happy? And it's quite a lengthy process, but we found that the primary kids really love the pictures, and they're able to draw their feelings. And we have little pictorial pictures of the same faces. So I'll go through that in a minute, but yeah, pictures are really, really important for some of our students.